to my channel. My name is Haley and I'm an intuitive tarot reader, and I am here today to give you a message that you need to hear right now. So this is a timeless reading. No matter when you clicked on this video after it was published, this message is meant for you right now. So before we begin, we're going to take a couple deep breaths together, and then I will point out the decks and the groups to you, and then you can click on the timestamp below of whichever group resonates the most for you. So first we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. Okay, so for group number 1, we have the Zebra Jasper. For group number 2, we have Kyanite. Group number 3, we have Howlite. And for group number 4, we have Lepidolite. So focus on whichever group resonates the most with you. We shuffle on camera today, and I'm so excited for you to hear your messages. And yeah, let's go. Okay, hello group 1. If you chose the Zebra Jasper, then this is the reading for you. So we're going to do a bit of shuffling on screen today and just see what kind of falls out for your message. Oh, that's way too many cards. Alright, we'll take this one. Alrighty, let's look at these first 4 cards and kind of see what kind of information we're getting. Alright. So what you need to hear right now, group 1, is basically that your perseverance is going to pay off. I think you've been working really hard at something and you might be feeling like people are not appreciating the hard work that you're doing, or maybe you're finding it hard to find people to work with or to talk about what you're working on. You're finding it hard to find an emotional response in people when you do tell them about the work that you're doing, and you want them to be excited for you and excited about what you're doing, and you're just like, you're not getting that. And it can be very frustrating. It can bring out this very just dig your nose in deeper vibe out of you of, well, then I just need to work harder to prove myself even more. If your urge right now is to kind of jump into something new, start something new just to prove yourself, and like just keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you're getting that emotional response you want to get from people, or until you start connecting with people over what you're working on, I would say pause on that for right now. I do believe that there are people out there who want to connect with you and the work that you're doing. They just maybe haven't found you yet. And I don't think the people in your life right now are like not, they like don't care about what work you're doing, but I do see a bit of a disconnect there. So it's just finding the right people for you, the people who will encourage you to, you know, light a fire under what you're doing even more, make you more passionate about what you're doing. One of the best pieces of advice that this spread is giving you right now is, if you are feeling like you are missing something from other people, don't turn that into something about yourself. Reverse that energy and give it back to someone. The best thing you can do when you are feeling discouraged is giving positive energy to someone else. It will give you so much positive energy in return. You just like, you won't even know what to do with it. It's kind of crazy. Whenever I'm feeling down or like I just can't do anything right, helping other people, giving to my favorite charities, participating in fundraisers for small businesses, shopping local, anything, any small thing you can do to help someone right now. There are so many people out there who need help right now. It can be something as simple as sending a heartwarming text to someone that you haven't talked to in a while. Do something to lift you and another person up right now, and that will make you feel so much better about the work that you're doing and remind you of like how important it is to do the work that you're doing. I just feel like you're grinding really, really hard right now. You need to take a step back and stop worrying about trying to force all these connections and forcing all of this progress on it, because you have the drive and you're doing all the work. There's no reason that this won't pay off for you, but you're still searching for something. This connection right here, this Three of Cups connection with other people and being passionate about what you're doing and like having other people be passionate about it too, that is something that happens very organically. That's not something you can push or force, and it does sting when close loved ones don't have this connection with us, and that it really can suck, but it's not because they don't have your best interests at heart. You know, everyone's different and everyone has different interests. You know, nowadays with the internet, I'm sure you can find someone somewhere that will be just as excited about this as you. And you can let it happen organically, or this doesn't feel organic, but it is. If you go into an online community and you start talking about what you're doing, that is still finding someone pretty organically, because you're just putting what you're doing out there, and then other people get to respond. So don't feel discouraged if you can't talk to anyone about the work that you're doing or how much you think that it's helping the world, because there are people out there who want to hear you. And the people who are around you want to hear you too. They just like can't connect to you maybe on that level. Like, and I'm sure they care about you a lot. You just need to find someone to connect with on that specific project. I mean, I have friends for all different parts of my life, and I love each of them individually, but I'm not going to talk to, you know, one about one thing when they don't really know anything about it. So it's just about finding your people, broadening your horizons here. You don't need to kind of push yourself too hard in this situation. Just kind of let yourself feel it. I feel like because of this, you're kind of blocking yourself off emotionally from how you're feeling about this situation. It's okay to feel things, and especially if you bring your emotions back into this situation, you're going to approach it much more, I was gonna say like less harsh, but you're gonna more level. You're gonna approach it more levelly, and you're not going to be just pushing. So next we're gonna shuffle some extra cards. I'm gonna get you a chakra card. Oh, I got one. Look, it like even matches in color and in message. So you got compassion. And then one more. We'll get an affirmation card too. This one wanted to come out, so we're taking it. So you got, I am a magnet for loving kindness. Wow, this is all about kindness, just being kinder to yourself and finding your people and being kind to others to lift everyone's vibrations up. Okay, so I'll read the message now. Know that you are attracting kindness and consideration as you embody these qualities. Spend time mirroring the same traits you wish to bring into your life. Begin exemplifying feelings of appreciation and goodwill, and you will soon find it being magnetically attracted to you. Yes, okay, so this is literally exactly what I was saying before. Let me get this light out of the way a little bit so it's not glaring so much. But yeah, you know, putting good energy out there will most likely mean that you're receiving a lot of good energy back. And, you know, even if you don't get like the one thing that you're wanting, nothing bad comes from putting good energy out there, you know? Like, you don't have to fear good energy. So yeah, being really compassionate right now is really going to help you. Again, we have over here, we have with the heart chakra, this compassion. So if you're feeling kind of imbalanced right now, you might be feeling very like you don't want to give to other people because you feel like it might be taking away from yourself. And that in turn will make you feel very hopeless and detached from the world. You need to tether yourself on right now. And I know like not finding your people right away might feel very lonely, but you know, you have ways to attract great people into your life. You already have great people into your life. You know, this is not an end-all be-all situation. So yes, just opening your heart up a little bit more to this situation and inviting more people into your life to really bolster up all those different aspects of your life and really feel supported in every aspect of your life. I think that's going to do a lot of good right now. I think you're already doing a lot of good. I just don't want you to get lost in those feelings of hopelessness. Like, I'm stopping you right now. You're seeing this message for a reason. Now you don't have to go down that path. Just give back and you will be amazed by what you receive in return. So that was your reading, group 1. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, I'll see you later. Hi guys, if you chose group 2 or this kyanite, then this is the reading for you. So today we're going to be shuffling on camera, just going to be getting some quick messages about what you need to hear right now. And this is a timeless reading, so whenever you're watching it, this will be accurate for you. Alright, I want one more card. That is way more than one. Okay. Alright, group 2, what do you need to hear right now? I think you, group 2, have just come to a realization, or you're on the precipice of one, which is very exciting. I think you are starting to really reconsider what your worth is and where you want to be in life. And I'm seeing you take action. So now, if you're watching this, you chose group 2, this is your sign. Now is the time to take action. So let's start over here with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords, I really see you starting to commandeer and take a hold and charge ahead with your creative ideas. This is so exciting. I've actually been seeing this card a lot recently. I think people are starting to realize how much value their ideas and creativity have to offer the world. So it's really awesome to see this for you, group 2. We'll come back to this because I want to move on to the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups, you're now also ready to open yourself up emotionally to tackling these creative ideas. So I feel like up until this point, you've been pretty closed off emotionally. In fact, kind of know it with this card, but I think you are ready to start out on your apprenticeship. You are ready to start on your journey. Now, I almost feel like this could be either be a beginner in a field or someone who has been in a field for a really long time and now finally knows either what they want to do with that field or if they want to switch fields. So it could be a couple different things here, but I'm definitely picking up on an energy of a new beginning for sure. Probably career related or maybe even hobby related. It's the two can be kind of intermingled if you're thinking about combining the two, you know? So, but with the Page of Cups, this is a different new beginning than an Ace. To me, a Page is you're ready to learn. You know, you've been thinking about it for a really long time. You probably already have the experience in it. And now you're ready to learn. You're opening yourself up to the vulnerability of letting your ideas be heard, which is such a hard thing to do. I'm very proud of you for doing this. I think you might have a lot of blockage with your creativity in the past. I feel like people may not have responded to your creativity very well, or some situation has blocked your creativity, made it really hard to dig in to this thing that you love. I really feel like you genuinely, truly love this thing. And I'm just so happy that you're finally opening yourself up to it. If you have not considered opening yourself up to it up until this point, I really urge you to reconsider. You can work through those blockages. The world wants you to work through those blockages. They were never meant to hold you in a permanent position. You were always meant to sort of get through them. Emotionally and mentally, this is going to be a very hard and long journey for you, and there will be days that it hurts, you know, and that it is harder than maybe you anticipated. Do not let that discourage you. Do not let make you feel like you were naive going after this. That is just your process. That's just the journey that you have to go on right now. And you are going to grow so much and mature so much throughout this journey. I honestly think, I just got this message, I think the world doesn't even want you to care about whether or not this endeavor will be successful, like monetarily or like objectively through like whatever you're doing, like statistically. The world wants you to know that a success in this journey will be just like completing the journey in the first place. And by the end of it, you will see that too. Right now, I feel like you might be very focused on like what this might bring you. And I have a feeling that it will be very successful, but the world wants you to do it anyways, you know, to surge ahead and say, I'm going to work through this. I'm going to open myself up to the vulnerability, and I'm going to put my ideas out there. And you know what? If it doesn't work out exactly how I have planned, that's okay. What's important is that I'm doing it. So I think you just needed this little boost, group 2. I think great things are ahead of you. We haven't even talked about the last card yet. So you have the 5 of Cups in reverse. With the 5 of Cups in reverse, I really feel that energy of you taking hold of your own narrative. And it's so exciting. With the 5 of Cups in reverse, I feel like you have been so focused on what you can't do for a really long time. Now you're starting to wake up to the fact of, no, this is what I can do. Why would I focus on what I can't do when I have so much in front of me that I can do? I feel like one of the things that you've also been holding on to that you feel like you can't do is becoming vulnerable and going on this journey and opening yourself up and working through your mental blocks. And now you're starting to feel that confidence to move forward with what you want to do. So yes, this is Very exciting, group 2. I'm gonna pull some extra little oracle cards here just to get some extra little info for you before you go. But I do think you're starting off on a really great journey. I wish you the best of luck. Yes, okay. And you got expression for your chakra card. And I think that card really sums up, ooh, that came out fast, what this reading's about. It's about you finally being able to feel comfortable expressing yourself. Okay, and this affirmation card is, I deserve quality time with myself. And it says, take time for yourself in silence and reflection to positively improve your mindset. Remember to rest and enjoy your own company and the silence of your mind. Spending time with yourself allows you to be attuned to your personal needs and desires. Yes, okay. So this whole reading is just about making sure you know to appreciate yourself while you're on this journey. Making sure you know how powerful you are and how much you contribute to the world. This expression is in the throat chakra. So making sure you know that your voice is valid and it deserves to be out there. But also knowing that, taking time to yourself and expressing yourself in private is just as important. You need to be comfortable around yourself as well. If you're feeling very stifled and like everyone around you is talking about you and you don't really know how to handle that, I think that's a lot of what this Six of Swords energy is talking about. You need to do it anyway. You need to do it despite what people are saying, despite the fact that it might not work how you want it to. You need to just do it. You need this experience and you need to internally go on this journey. You need to take some quality time for yourself. No more focusing on the bad. You're going to focus on what you can do and you can handle. And you can handle this journey. You can handle putting your ideas out into the world. And you can handle positively impacting the world. So thank you for joining me, group 2. I hope this reading resonated with you. If you like this reading, please like, comment, or subscribe. And I will see you next time. What's up, group 3? If you chose the Halite, this is the reading for you. Now we're just going to be taking messages kind of as they come. I'll be shuffling on screen. And this is a timeless reading, so it doesn't matter when you're watching this. This will hopefully be accurate for you and what's happening for you at that time. You don't need to be watching this right after I put out the video. The message will still resonate. So I'm just going to I'm doing 4 cards, so let's see if we can get 4 cards. We got 2. 3. That's too many. That's like 5 cards I flipped over. Alright, we'll take 5. We'll do it. Getting crazy here today. Alright. Let's see, what messages does the world have for you right now? You're very much letting the world handle your fate right now. That's the very first message that I got here. You are not really wanting to take control of your situation. Not really wanting to plan for what's ahead or make any decisions about what's ahead. You have full trust in the world, in your luck, that it will bring you the satisfaction and the recognition that you desire. Now you may have listened to that and being like, that's not me. But let's dig into it a little deeper, because I feel like sometimes we get into these ruts where we are kind of letting the world take control and we aren't even acknowledging it. We're like, yeah, but I'm doing this and this and this, but turns out you're just kind of doing it on autopilot. You aren't really putting forth your energy behind what you are doing. It makes it slightly less authentic when you're doing it. And listen, I do think that you have incredible luck right now. And I do think you are heading towards great success, but I don't think you're going to get quite as far as you're hoping with what I'm seeing right now. So this reading's kind of more of just like a wake-up call for you to really put some gumption back behind what you want to do and achieve. So let's start over here, King of Pentacles. I think you are a master of your craft. I think you're very, very skilled in what you do, but I do think you have issues with acknowledging that and coming to terms with that. I feel like you think that you are not that experienced and you're not that successful. And so you are kind of refusing this power that you possess, and you are refusing how empowered it can make you, how in control it can make you, because you don't think you deserve that energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, you do believe, though, that the world is going to take care of you in some way or another. You think that, yes, I'm letting this happen, but it'll work itself out. And it probably will, but it could work itself out way faster if you just took the reins on this one. I think the world is telling you, like, you don't need to panic because of this reading. You don't need to panic because I'm telling you that, like, you're not really taking control, but you do need to be aware that that is what you're kind of doing. Six of Wands, this is where you want to be. This is the recognition you want to receive. But again, you don't feel like you deserve it either. So it's a very complicated emotion. I feel like we've all been there. We know what we deserve logically, but in our heart, we feel like an imposter. It's basically imposter syndrome. We feel like we don't deserve what we know we do. And so that kind of disconnect is kind of tugging you both ways right now. And you feel like, you know, if I don't do anything about it, it'll still work itself out. Because if I really was that good, that I know I logically am, then it doesn't matter if I'm not taking full control of the situation. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm that good, it'll work anyways. That's a mindset we get into. It's like we're proving ourselves to ourselves. Like, yeah, I know I'm that good, but if I really was that good, then this would happen. And then you don't do anything besides letting the world take you there, besides doing like what you're already doing. When you could be being persistent, you know, really putting yourself out there, getting more ideas out there, all that stuff. You know, that is what you could be doing, and it could be working out for you so much better. But you instead have kind of resigned yourself to being like, well, if it's meant to happen, it'll happen. And I feel like the world just like wants to shake you and be like, it'll happen, but can you just do it though? Because we know you can. Alright, so with the Three of Wands, I do think you're hesitant. You don't want to prepare for a future that you don't know that you'll get. And the world is telling you, like, no, if you prepare, then you're more likely to get it. You will not jinx anything. I don't believe in jinxing. We don't jinx anything. We manifest. Saying you want something, the world's not going to hear that and be like, oh, well, you're not going to get that anymore. It's not how it works. If we say we want something, then we have a more solid base to make it material. We have to say out loud what we want if we're ever going to convince ourselves to go after it. You have to prepare for something to be ready for it. You're not going to just magically be ready for the future if you don't prepare for it. And so that's where like this disconnect is kind of getting you a little wonky here. You just kind of need to set yourself straight and be like, you know what? No, I am good at this. And I am going to prepare for moving up because I will. And I need to be prepared for that. Like, I can't just walk into that blindly. And last but not least, we got the Two of Swords. And the Two of Swords in reverse is telling me you absolutely, up until this point, have been refusing to think about the situation and to consider any options about this situation. And the thing is, personally, when I see Two of Swords come up in my readings, I know I am overthinking the problem. And you have kind of the opposite issue here. You are not thinking about the problem at all. And Two of Swords problems usually not as big of a deal as what our brains like to make them be. They feel like a really big deal now. It's something that you will look back on and be like, I like that I don't know why I made that such a big decision when I should have just like felt like either one would have worked, but I'm like, I just had to be passionate about the choice that I chose. You know, like there's no real right answer with the Two of Swords. As long as you are willing to put the work behind your choice, then you're fine. And yet you are refusing to even think about the choice. So yeah, I think you're fine. You're on the correct path. You just need to acknowledge your strengths, acknowledge where you want to go, and it's okay to admit what you want from life. You do not need to be ashamed about that. You do not need to feel like you don't deserve that. So I'm gonna get you a little chakra card. That was way too many. Just all kinds of cards flying all over the place for you, group 3. Ooh, got this pretty purple. And it's psychic abilities. All right, come back to that. I'll get you an affirmation card as well. Oh, this is the perfect message for you. I am an active participant in my life. You play an active role in your life and have control over your decisions and choices. There is always an opportunity to actively participate in your life experiences, especially how you respond to them. Take pride in your ability to facilitate change. So that is the perfect message for you, group 3, because I feel like you're kind of taking a back seat right now, and you just need to take hold of the steering wheel and go where you need to go. There's no reason to feel doubt or shame about that. You are allowed to participate in your own life. It's that simple. And then lastly, with your psychic abilities, that is for the third eye chakra. So I feel like you are feeling kind of paranoid and anxious right now about this situation. I think that's why you're not even thinking about it right now. But just, this was your opportunity to gain a little bit of self-awareness. Take it and run. You've got this. You have nothing to really be anxious about. You're fine. You don't need to overthink this situation. Yeah, okay, so that is your reading, group 3. I really hope that it was helpful and it resonated. If you liked it, please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I will see you soon. What's up, group 4? If you focused on the lepidolite, then this is the reading for you. I really wish my camera showed the color of this crystal better, because it's this really nice understated purple, but I am sure that that color is not coming across on the screen. But anyways, This is a timeless reading, so no matter when you clicked on this, it should resonate. And we're just going to take some messages that you need to hear right now. And we already got our cards. I didn't even get to do my whole intro. So we're just taking 4 cards, stuff you need to hear right now. And hopefully this will help you in your life. So we got a lot of reversed cards here. Very interesting. I think a lot of groups have gotten the 6 of Wands, but never in reverse. All right. What message do you need right now, group 4? I think you're kind of numbing yourself out right now. Maybe dissociating a little bit. Because I'm seeing that not a lot of things are affecting you right now, and you don't have a lot of motivation either. So it's this like perfect culmination of just cutting yourself kind of off from the world. So let's dig into it a little bit, shall we? With the 9 of Swords in reverse, I feel like you feel like there are a lot of bad things happening to you right now, and you're not responding to them. You don't know how to respond to them, maybe. And there's just like a lot, and you don't want to focus on it. And in a lot of ways, this would be like, if it's time to let go of these fears, then that's great. Sorry, I just heard my alarm. But if you just heard the alarm, these could be actual nightmares, like an alarm waking you up from the nightmares and everything. So if you're dealing with nightmares right now, that could be it. But it could also just be like a nightmarish life. We're living in 2021. Anything's possible. Okay, so with this 9 of Swords, if you're feeling very overwhelmed with bad thoughts, just pushing them away and never acknowledging them can be a coping mechanism sometimes that we will use. Maybe not the healthiest ones, but sometimes that feels like what we need to do to survive. And with 6 of Wands, I feel like you also feel like you're never going to reach a point in your life where you feel proud of what you've accomplished, and that other people will recognize you for your accomplishments and will praise you, and all. You just never feel like you're going to get to that point. And I think it's a mixture of you don't feel like people appreciate you enough, but it's also you feel like you aren't doing enough to deserve it right now because you're not in contact with that side of you that wants to do that right now. Your passion's kind of gone, your creativity's kind of gone. Lots of mental blockages right now that you're dealing with. And then we have the Emperor in reverse. So you just like no motivation to start anything new. So you feel like you have to stick with what you've already got. And what you've already got is leaving you feel like inadequate and helpless. So it's just really bad cycle that is just feeding into itself, because the more helpless you feel, the more inadequate you feel, and the more inadequate you feel, the more you feel like I can't start anything new, I can't break out of this. It's just this really vicious cycle for you right now. So I want to then focus on our only upright card, the 3 of Pentacles, because I think this will be really paramount to you working through these blockages. I think you need to reach out to a friend or a coworker and just work on something. It does not need to be anything super big. It does not need to be anything new. It can be those things if you want it to be, but just reach out to someone who will hold you accountable and who will also be encouraging to you. Like, you don't want someone who like doesn't know what you're doing, so they just bolster you up without knowing what you're doing, because that just, I mean, it helps, but we know when we're trying to get bolstered up and like they have no idea what you're doing or how much work it took or anything. That is not the kind of encouragement you need right now, because it's not substantial. It's not going to fuel your energy for a substantial amount of time. So what you need is a colleague or someone who knows kind of your craft. You need to team up together, and then you need to slowly start building back that confidence that you once had. And you need to start proving to yourself that these fears and this energy right here, first of all, it's not true and it's not permanent. You do not need to succumb yourself to this energy, you know? I think teamwork is what's really, really, really going to drive this situation home for you and make you realize how blocked you've been. I just really think you just need to collaborate with someone. It can be something on something so small, but do something that someone else is seeing and knowing that you accomplished it. It will make you feel so much better. You just need some accountability right now, and someone who will be like, no, you're doing fine. You need to start building back those little blocks of confidence, you know? And then slowly through that process, you can start working on new things, and then, you know, this kind of stuff will fall to the wayside. But yeah, I think you are a very hard worker. I think you just kind of hit a slump. A lot of people have right now. So there's no reason to berate yourself for this or be down on yourself for what you're feeling. Just start taking small steps to combat it, because you are a really wonderful worker. You'd have a lot of success in front of you. You don't need to be worried about where you're at or what you're doing. You've got it. You just need to take like little increments of making your way there. Crawl if you have to. Eventually you'll be able to stand and walk and get there. So we're going to take we're going to get you a chakra card, and this one's sticking out, so I'm going to pull it. We got universal energy. Come back to that. And then we'll pull an affirmation card for you as well. There we go. Perfect message for you, Group 4. I am in control. You are seated in the cockpit of your life and serve as a brave and fearless pilot. This allows you to navigate through any trials and tribulations with ease. If turbulence is experienced, remember your position as the captain and adjust accordingly. You have full control of your destiny. I just feel like you really need to hear that message, Group 4. I feel like you're not in control right now, but you are. Even if it takes small things to prove that to yourself, you are definitely in control right now. You do not need to feel like you're letting anyone down or you're letting yourself down. Just get back in the driver's seat and move forward. I feel like you used to have a lot of this Emperor energy, and feeling that energy wane has been very terrifying for you. You do not need to be terrified. You've got this. You can work through this. And then over here with our universal energy, this is with our crown chakra. And so I feel like you are just stuck in your past way of thinking of how you worked. Like you're like, oh, I used to work like this and I don't anymore, so I'm failing now. I feel like that is kind of some energy that you're giving out. You don't need to feel like that. Everybody grows and evolves. The way that you work is not always going to be the same. So you do not need to feel like it changed, so now I'm bad. It's not how it works. You're fine. So yeah, if you're feeling very disconnected or directionless right now, like I feel like you really are, you just need to kind of reorient yourself, take control, reset your GPS. You'll be fine. You've got this. You don't need to cycle down this cycle anymore. Just really be open to the people around you and to what's going on around you. This will be okay. I have a lot of faith in you, group 4. I think you're gonna be perfectly fine. I think you just feel really stuck right now, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. So, thank you for joining us, group 4. I really hope this reading resonated, and if you liked it, you can like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I hope you have a really great evening. I'll see you soon.